Hi everyone, I'm Ellison, 24 this year. I'm Natalie's younger sister and I'm from KL. I have suffered from scoliosis for about 10 years and it started since elementary school till now. And last year, around December, I started experiencing numbness or cramps around my lower back and even my waist, which is the part near my kidneys. I would feel really sore. So early this year in January, I decided to have the spinal surgery. So this is a major surgery as my entire back needs to be cut open and screws have to be secured into my spine. So the doctor mentioned that there are certain risks to this surgery because if I don't take good care of my surgical wound after the surgery, my wound might get infected or inflamed. And if that happens, another operation is needed to cut open the back, take off the screws, and put on some medication and to undergo treatment again. So this is one of the problems that I'm quite worried about. But because I've always been consuming Elken products, I wasn't as worried. And on that day of the surgery, the operation took around 2.5 hours. And my spine had been secured with 16 screws. So before it was 80 degrees, and now after the operation, it made my spine into 40 degrees. So 80 degrees is a quite serious condition because if it reaches 100 degrees, it would affect my heart functions or lung functions. So that's why I decided to do the surgery. And the next day after the surgery, when I was allowed to eat solid foods, I consumed LG6, 5 tablets of LG6, and 5 tablets of spirulina, and 2 tablets of ester C. So on the third day, when the doctor took off my gauze, I was really fortunate because there weren't any infection or inflammation. And the next day, I was discharged from the hospital. And after being discharged, I continued eating those supplements, LG6, spirulina, and ester C. I would eat around 30 tablets of LG6, 10 tablets of spirulina, and 2 tablets of ester C every day. And that continued for about a month. And when I went for a follow-up visit, the doctor told me that the wound was healing well and the scars had faded as well. So I think all these is because I've been consuming LG6, which helps my recovery time to shorten. So around May this year, I also went for the AZ vaccination. And like my sister, I was also very worried about the side effects. So after the vaccination, I only had a slight discomfort. So on the same night, I took 2 Kington and 5 tablets of LG6 and 5 tablets of spirulina. And the next day, I no longer have these discomfort. There weren't any symptoms at all. And just 2 weeks ago, I had my second dose of the AZ vaccine. I did not have any side effects at all. And I wasn't feeling cold, I wasn't having a fever, and I think it's because I have the habit of consuming Elken Health products, which have boosted my immune system in return. I'm very grateful for Elken for providing us with such amazing products, and to my sister as well for introducing me to them. That's it for my sharing. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Allison. So I would also like to ask, about your scoliosis condition that has been there for 10 years. What symptoms led you to make the decision to undergo this big operation? Like, were there any thing that was bothering you? So, yeah, like before, as I've mentioned, in last year's December, I realized I began feeling numbness or cramps around my lower body, and my waist would also get sore after sitting for too long. So, I went to the doctors for it and asked if the doctor has any suggestion. And after I had my x-ray scanning, I realized that my spine was already at 80 degrees. And so that was when I decided to undergo the surgery.